Hello my beautiful friends, welcome. I don't know who this reading is for, I just felt called to do it today. I'm going to do some runes and a couple of cards. Let's see what message comes through. Okay, now as always, I'm going to take all the runes that land face down, remove them. I'm not going to use them for the purpose of this reading today. Okay, and then the way I work with runes is I will just arrange them into a grid that makes sense in terms of how they fell, and the co-creative runes with them next to them. Okay, I feel like you're seeking the truth about a situation. This could be a truth within you, a truth from somebody else, but it feels very much, especially as at the time of this reading, it is timeless, but at the time of this reading, Mercury's just gone direct. So it really feels like you could be seeking the truth. And I think with Gibru and Dagas, and we've got Tudisas in the reverse, this isn't something that you're necessarily going to go in search of. You don't have to do anything, I don't feel, in order to prove yourself. And that could be a more pertinent message. Now, for some of you, this could be a very difficult situation. There could have been, what I'm getting is two things actually, and this could be connected to love, but also to other kinds of work partnerships. It doesn't just have to be love. Tiraz speaks of balance, of truth, of troth, of pledging one's good word to something and seeing it done. Now, with Gibru, we have the essence of reciprocating energy, giving as well as receiving. So what I'm getting for some of you, this won't be for all, but for some, there could have been an energy that you have been giving far more, a situation where you've been giving far more energy than you've been receiving back. And that could have made you question your worth. It could have actually left you out of pocket, with Fehu in the reverse and with Ansuz in the reverse and Urus. Yeah, you've been through a period where you could have felt actually very physically drained, and this could have been really, really challenging for you. It doesn't feel like things have been fair or balanced, but what I see is actually this, because we have Tudisas in the reverse, it does feel like we have almost a separate energy stepping in to assist you. Somebody steps in and says, actually, this isn't fair, or this isn't right. This could be a friend that speaks to you about this. It could be a literal masculine energy. It doesn't have to be male, but somebody that has a very strong masculine energy within your place of work, within your family, a very good friend, something like that. Somebody that steps up and says, actually, no, this isn't okay, this isn't right, you don't have to put up with this. And at that point you go, oh, okay, yeah, maybe you're right, maybe I have been overextending myself. But for everything, all of this right here, okay, we've got a lot of runes here that would indicate to me drained energy. Ansuz in the reverse, we've got Urus in the reverse, and we've got Pethro in the reverse. So what I'm getting from this, I would really focus on restoring your own energy and doing the things that you need to do for you in order to call back that energy from sources where it isn't balanced and it isn't fair. Because what I'm getting is that you've been making investments, whether that's your time, your energy, or your resources, into somebody or something. It may not have been balanced. And actually, especially if this is sort of work or partnership related, or maybe this is connected to somebody you haven't seen or spoken to in a while, because we have Isa in the middle. You've taken this time, you've maybe had a pause, a step away from something, just for a period of time, and you've gone, you know what, actually, I started feeling so much better when I was away from this, when I wasn't involved in this. And now that I've had that distance, or it could be, you know, a bit of a wake-up call that somebody else almost says to you, this is what you need to do, or can you see what they're doing? And it kind of summates what you've been feeling or experiencing, and you go, oh, okay, perhaps this isn't just all in my head. And it's not that we need outer validation sometimes, but I find this with, especially with energy sensitive people, highly sensitive people, we can often be overgiving, and there's a million reasons why that can happen that aren't really, we're not going to get into them in the purpose of this reading. But sometimes it takes somebody from the outside to actually say, can you see what's going on? Do you feel like this is fair? Or to question that this situation for us from the outside, and we go, oh, okay. And it hits home harder because actually, as highly sensitive people, we would willingly give over and beyond ourselves to stop someone else from suffering or from being in pain or going without, because we're the ones that we can actually sympathize with their pain. And it can be a little bit damaging sometimes, because people have to be able to help themselves, and we cannot carry everybody else upon our backs, because it will literally lead to you feeling very depleted. So what I can see here is, if you haven't already had this pause or this break, it could be a really positive time with Isa to take that pause, to take a break from what has been going on, and to have the opportunity to find yourself, to find a sense of equilibrium and balance once again. And it feels like this is coming through. If you haven't, that's the message. The message is to take a pause, a break, a step away from the situation. It could be meditation. I am getting a wintry walk, excuse me, a wintry walk somewhere in nature, depending on where you are in the world, of course. But Isa is the rune of ice. Ice is, of course, water that is changed form into ice. Water holds a lot of our memories, and it's sometimes in the stillness of our own personal experience that we can begin to process something when it's actually happening, when it's very, very in your face, it's happening right now, or it's very recent, or you're constantly exposed to somebody. You don't have that time to pause, to come back to your own energy. And it's only in that stillness that you can truly feel what's going on with you. So definitely take this pause, take this break. Maybe it means not having any communication for a little while with somebody. You know, that might have been something that they've done. It could be as a form of punishment, so they think. But actually, in that break, in that quiet, you see the absolute benefit of having that space and distance. So it's kind of backfired on them. The positive, I'm talking about the situation, the energy that I'm reading, and what you've possibly been going through. What I see you moving into, what is shining through, is that this begins a new cycle, a cycle where you actually see and value yourself, your own energy, and recognize just exactly what you do give and have been giving, and where that has been imbalanced. So now you're being called to call back your energy from anywhere that, from anybody or anything that has just been taking from you and draining from you without giving anything back. And we don't always receive back in kind, but it becomes aware very quickly where people will only appear when it serves them, when it's only for their own benefit. And, you know, these are the points at which we have to say, actually, perhaps this doesn't work for me. Perhaps this isn't healthy for me. Perhaps this doesn't support my greatest good or my greatest growth. And then choose to step forward, sometimes step into that masculine energy, an energy that's more assertive and takes action. If this is just you and this is how you've been feeling, then it could be time to make those choices, to make those decisions, and to step forwards and to be that protector for yourself. So let's get an oracle card and see what comes through. Tides. And it's so funny, actually, as I was shuffling the deck, I noticed this one coming out, and again, it's this connection to water. Now, I know I said a moment ago that water holds memory, and I know that might sound like a bit of a pop culture thing, but it isn't. There is scientific research that's been done that sees how our tears hold the emotion with which they were expressed. So there is a difference between sad tears, happy tears, angry tears, tears of joy, tears of love, etc. Because water literally does hold the energetic resonance and frequency of that emotion. So there is definitely something about exploring your depths here, going into your own energy and just seeing how things feel for you. Be honest with the depth of those feelings. How does this situation make you feel? Is this something that has been taken from you? And then deciding, okay, well, what is it that I need to do? But I think regardless of the decisions and the questions that you ask yourself, this needs to be done in a way that is peaceful and restorative for you, in a place that you love, in a place that you can feel safe and allows you to truly express your own feelings. So this could be calling you to a meditation practice, a journaling practice, to really allow you to explore those depths and to, just come to your own truth and your own decisions in your own time. So before we finish, the crystal I chose for you today was labradorite. I'm not sure if you can see that because of the way I've got the camera. But this is really, really beautiful. It's just reminded me because of the gorgeous colours in here. Very, very similar. But labradorite can be called the shaman stone. It really connects to our intuition. I really do feel like you offer out a very healing energy, and that is something that people can be drawn to, regardless of whether you identify as a healer or not. It's something that people can be drawn to because it makes them feel better. And the thing is, if you're very energy sensitive, you can take on other people's emotional experiences and feel their emotions. So you know, salt baths, being around water and remembering to clear your own energy in something like a salt bath or through an intention practice can really help with releasing that energy and allowing you to feel more like yourself again without carrying everybody else's weight. So I'm going to get one more oracle card. And for those of you that don't know, I'm Anna, Alchemist of the Arts. I am an artist. I create bind rune inspired artwork and all kinds of other things. So all of my links are in the drop down box below. Check me out on Instagram. And if you enjoyed this reading, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. That took a while, but we got it. Pathway. I love this. I really feel now the deer is a spirit of deep communication, of ancestral wisdom. It connects to another rune that we don't have out on the table today, which is Alchemist, which speaks of our connection to everything around us and also to that sense of protection with the elk. Now, slightly different animal to the stag here, but I really feel like there is some unexpressed spiritual gifts within you. I've just noticed that I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, all of these little leaf patterns in the background are oak leaves. And of course, oak, we've got some wheat here as well by the looks of it. Oak is, of course, a symbol of strength. It connects to the Nordic god Thor, but also, you know, it's that old expression of from tiny acorns, mighty oaks do grow. I feel like you're at the point at which you are spiritually growing and developing. I really feel like you've got some untapped spiritual gifts, and this could be very, very high sensitivity and ability to help and heal others. And we do this often, or we learn that we do this just from being in that healing space for people and sharing that energy with others. It feels like something you can cultivate and develop, and I feel like you're going to receive, you know, some wisdom, but also, again, a strong masculine presence. And whether this is a father figure in your life all that kind of fatherly advice or energy for some of you. You know, if your father is not present, is not here anymore, or isn't a part of your life, ask either what they would do. You know, ask them. You can ask them for advice or wisdom. It can come through in the form of a dream or a message sometimes. Sometimes you just sense the words that they would say to you, and that can really help. Other times it could be somebody that you truly admire, you know, somebody that you feel safe with, and asking for their wisdom and guidance. And this could be in actually, you know, in present life, or somebody that you don't know, or somebody that you do know. So there's definitely wisdom and guidance from a masculine presence, and it feels like a new pathway being opened up. So through these experiences, I feel like there is a new beginning for you, and it begins when you call back your power from these challenging experiences and decide to invest it back in yourself, to express yourself in a really beautiful and self-supportive way. So thank you so much for being here and being present with this reading. I really hope it assists whoever needed to hear it, but just sending you all my love, and I will speak to you really, really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.